These 6 setups were used by the pro player and content creator Kmac to win a $1,000 online franchise against 32 of the sweatiest Madden players in the world. So today we're breaking down all 6 of his setups out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook to understand exactly how he was able to take down every meta defense thrown at him and win a Super Bowl title with the Detroit Lions. And as always, we'll also go over the 3 key concepts that Kmac used throughout his playoff run that we can all learn from to take our Madden game to the next level. In Kmac's divisional round game against the Giants, he faced a mix of man and zone coverage from his opponent who was running the dime normal formation. On his first drive, he showed that effective offense doesn't have to be complicated with setup number 1 out of the play inside zone in the gun bunch tight end formation. Now, not only is this one of the best inside zone plays in the game, but Kmac also can see that his opponent was base aligned, so being in gun bunch tight end gave Kmac a numbers advantage on the bunch side of his formation. After the snap, his players just had to block the defenders directly in front of them, and Kmac was able to get into open space with DeAndre Swift, make a defender miss, and get the ball inside the 10-yard line. On his next 2 drives, Kmac continued to pound the rock with inside zone after his opponent refused to adjust, and he rumbled ahead to a 21-0 lead. Now, Kmac's use of inside zone is a perfect example of how he constantly utilized key concept number 1, which is to attack the weak side. Another example of this came at the very end of his first drive of the game, where Kmac went to one of his favorite goal line plays, which is halfback stretch out of single back deuce close. Since single back deuce close is a symmetrical formation, Kmac knows that he has an equal number of blockers on both the right side and the left side. He sees before the snap that the slot cornerback is lined up on the right side, meaning he has a numbers advantage on the left side. He then flips his run by pointing his right stick to the left, and by running the stretch to the weak side, Jamal Williams was able to walk into the end zone completely untouched. Now, despite Kmac's dominant first half performance, his opponent came storming back in the second half and was able to make it a 28-28 game. Needing a fourth quarter money drive to secure the win, Kmac turned to setup number 2 on 2nd and 10 out of the play PA boot over, and his only adjustment was to put the tight end on a smart routed in route. After the snap, Kmac quickly presses the sprint button to cancel the play action rollout animation that's built into the play, and both Josh Reynolds on the crosser and Tyler Boyd on the drag are able to get wide open. He went ahead and hit Boyd on the drag and got some yards after the catch to get his offense across the 50-yard line. From there, it was just a matter of taking his easy throws underneath and running out the clock, and with 12 seconds left, he punched in the rushing touchdown to send the Lions on to the NFC Championship game. Now, standing in the Lions' way for a trip to the Super Bowl was the San Francisco 49ers, who ran a stifling man defense out of the 4-3 even 6-1 formation. In the first quarter, Kmac turned to setup number 3, once again out of the play PA boot over, with an alternate setup for beating man coverage. The adjustments here were to put the tight end on an out route, put the inside receiver on a slant, and then motion the inside receiver over and snap the ball when he gets just outside the tight end. This route is called a motion slant, and it's one of the best man-beating routes in the game because it's impossible for the defense to jam the receiver at the line when he's in motion. In this case, the tight end got wide open thanks to a man switch on defense caused by the motion, and Josh Reynolds was able to rumble ahead for a 22-yard gain. Now, despite Kmac putting quality man-beating route combos on the field, the 49ers' raw talent on defense meant it was extremely difficult for him to get receivers open. Down 13-3 halfway through the third quarter, Kmac showed us key concept number 2, which is keep your composure. A lot of Madden players will panic when they find themselves down by 2 scores in the second half, and they think they need to start chucking streaks into double coverage to try and get themselves back into the game. This, of course, is a terrible idea that leads to tons of turnovers, and they would be much better off maintaining their composure and just running their normal offense. That's exactly what Kmac did here, and he focused on throwing simple, high-percentage routes like wheel routes and drag routes as he methodically moved the ball down the field. On 3rd and 14, he threw to a wheel route once again, and with a little bit of stick work from Josh Reynolds, he was able to make the user miss and take it all the way for the touchdown. After getting a clutch 4th down stop on his opponent's next drive, Kmac found himself on another money drive with the chance to take the lead. After keeping the ball on the ground to get down to the 11-yard line, on 3rd and 5, Kmac went to setup number 4 out of the play X spot, although this route combo can be built with any play in gun bunch tight end. The adjustments were to put the inside and outside receivers on flat routes, put his slot apprentice receiver on a post route, put the tight end on a drag, and put the running back on a streak. This is a zone-beating concept designed to spread the defense out, with the primary reads being the drag and the streak. His opponent called an aggressive defense with everyone guarding the first down line, and as a result, Amon-Ra St. Brown on the post route got over all the defenders, and Kmac was able to hit him on a high ball in the end zone to take the lead. After a clutch defensive stand on his opponent's final drive, Kmac and the Detroit Lions were headed to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was an unexpected matchup between the Lions and the Las Vegas Raiders, who were on a bit of a Cinderella run as the number 5 seed in the AFC. The Raiders ran a mix of man and zone coverage out of the $3-2 formation, and on an important 4th and 5 in the first quarter, Kmac turned to setup number 5 out of the play Y trail in the formation gun bunch halfback strong. His only adjustments were to put the outside bunch receiver on a slant and block the running back, and similar to the PA boot over setups we saw earlier, all 4 of the routes on this play are designed to beat man coverage. After the snap, with the user closely guarding both the slant and the trail route, Kmac had to go through his read progressions to look at the corner route and the post route. He threw to the post with a pass lead away from the defender, and Jameson Williams was able to haul in the catch for the huge first down. That first down conversion led to a PA boot over touchdown early in the second quarter, which made it a 7-7 game. Jumping ahead to the third quarter, Kmac was looking to put together another touchdown drive to tie up the game, when on 2 different plays, he showed off key concept number 3, which is pocket presence. One of the biggest mistakes Madden players make when passing is they keep dropping back with their quarterback after the snap, which allows edge rushers to come in easier and removes the threat of them possibly scrambling up the middle. Kmac shows off his excellent pocket presence on this 2nd and 10 play by always staying within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage, and once the protection breaks down, he's able to step up with Jared Goff and turn a broken play into a 15-yard gain. Just a few plays later, he showed off his pocket presence once again, and he turned what would have been a sack for most Madden players into a solid 8-yard gain. Now, the Raiders played excellent red zone defense on the following plays, and on 4th and 6, Kmac decided to go for it with setup number 6 out of the play X spot. Expecting a mix of man and zone coverage, Kmac put his best everything beater on the field when he put his inside receiver on a post route, put his tight end on a flat route, blocked his running back, and put his inside receiver on a motion slant. After the snap, the post got caught up in traffic and didn't really get separation, but with the user taking away the slant, Kmac had to just put the ball in the air and give his receiver a chance. After the break, Amon-Ra St. Brown was able to muscle his way in front of the cornerback and haul in the clutch touchdown to make it a 14-14 game. On the very next drive, Kmac's defense took advantage of an errant throw from Derek Carr, and then it was simply a matter of running down the clock and kicking the go-ahead field goal. The Raiders' Hail Mary attempt came up empty, and with that, Kmac had officially led the Detroit Lions to a Super Bowl win and secured himself a cool $1,000. And if you guys want to see another overpowered offense, check out this video right here, where I break down how Dez's explosive offense helped him win one of the biggest Madden tournaments of the year.